All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another short little episode of mine. It's a Sunday Sports Rush exclusive featuring yours truly, James Espinosa. Now, last night, I want to talk about this Cowboys game. This is my reaction to the Cowboys losing in a nail-biting fashion to the Buccaneers, 31-29 out in Tampa. Now, first and foremost, the Cowboys played a hell of a game. And Vegas had this game as the Cowboys being a +8 underdog. Now, that pretty much means that the Bucs were supposed to kick the Cowboys' ass up and down the field. Well, they did not. They squeaked away with a 2-point victory. And, a lot of the immediate reaction after that was, hey, the Cowboys aren't as bad as a lot of people might think they are. If you follow this team closely and you follow all the headlines and you follow all the news around the team, you knew that this team was very talented. You knew that this team was capable of being a team that could compete with some of the best in the league. Now, last night myself, just for me to get this out there, I picked the Cowboys to lose 31-27 in my previous video. Well, the Cowboys did one better. They lost by 2 points instead of the 4 that I predicted. But I was very impressed with the Cowboys. Now, one of the main topics of last night was pass interference or no pass interference on the Godwin, on Jordan Lewis, push or no push. Now, my immediate reaction when I was watching the game, I was throwing F-bombs left and right. I thought that was a push. My initial reaction was Godwin push. That should have been pass interference. 18, 19, 20 hours later after the game, looking at the replay several times, it was a nice hand fight. Both receiver and cornerback were hand fighting, and it was a good no call. It was a good no call. The refs let them fight. The refs let them play, and I'm glad on that. So, that's just one of those things you're going to have to deal with in a close game, especially on the road. Good no call. Now, moving on. Cowboys were pass happy last night. They were pass happy, but that's okay. I got no issue at all with what the Dallas Cowboys did last night in terms of their game plan. When you talk about the Buccaneers, they were or are currently the best run defensive team the past 2 years straight. So why would you game plan to run into the teeth of that defense knowing that you're not going to get really anything substantial? Yes, I get it. It's okay to be balanced. Yes, I get it. You would like to have seen more runs from Zeke and Pollard. I understand that. It's good to have balance within the offense. But they weren't getting really much of anything. Vita Vea and company up front were eating them alive. Ndamukong Suh up front was being a monster. And they baptized center Tyler Biadasz all damn night long. Biadasz graded the worst out of the whole offensive line in terms of blocking. He was getting his ass whooped in run blocking and in pass blocking. So I got no issues with the Cowboys being pass happy. Why not exploit the weakness of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they did several times last night? If this would have been a Jason Garrett team, Garrett would have been running the ball down 14 points just to establish the run. And then we'd be all bitching and complaining that Jason Garrett should have been passing the ball more. You know how that went with the Jason Garrett era. Moving on, Conor McGovern looked very good last night. He was the second highest rated pass blocker behind Tyron Smith. McGovern looks solid. I hope he gets more run in the starting unit, especially now that La'el Collins is out due to him missing his drug test. What a freaking idiot. You missed your drug test. That's the latest reports as of this moment, according to Adam Schefter. La'el Collins, suspended for missing his drug test 5 games. So now it looks like we might have to kick out Zach Martin to right tackle, keep Conor McGovern at right guard, which would be very fine with me because he played very well last night. Now let's talk about Dak Prescott. Dak looked phenomenal. First game in 11 months. Amazing. He did get lucky to not have a couple of those throws that he made into interceptions. There's a couple of really boneheaded throws that he had that should have been picked off. But he did stand tall back there. He did take a ton of shots, and he did deliver a ton of darts and dimes all night long. The Dak haters have to be mad right now. The Dak haters are furious. The Dak haters are still out there. And that is what's insane to me, is that no matter what Dak Prescott does, these haters, they're just out there. They live and breathe to hate on Dak Prescott, despite him putting up crazy-ass numbers last night, 400-plus yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in his first game in 11 freaking months. Dak haters hate on. I get it. That's what you're going to do. You wake up angry every morning. I understand. But find any slant, dog. Find any slant. Dak is going to be just fine, and I loved what I saw last night. I loved the leadership, everything like that. And if you're still hating on Dak Prescott, that tells me that your football intelligence is remedial. Go take remedial classes, dog. Seriously, go take remedial classes. Dak looked great. He did take a couple of late sacks last night that really put the Cowboys behind the chain. So, of course, he is not exempt from criticism. Just make it constructive criticism, all right? Don't hate just to be a hater. You're a clown. Red zone offense struggled last night. 1 for 4 in the red zone. You left anywhere from 12 to 18 points on the field with missed field goals and that extra point. I don't care. Look, Greg Zuerlein's taken a lot of the heat today. Rightfully so. He missed those chip shots. But the red zone on the road, facing a team like Tampa Bay, facing a quarterback like Tom Brady, you need to get 6 points when you enter the red zone on the road. No excuses. If you want to get to that level of the Tampa Bay Bucks, of the old New England Patriots, of the Kansas City Chiefs of the world, you have to score in the red zone. You have to make all of those red zones possessions count to their maximum. If not, you're going to be in these dogfights when you could have been stepping on the necks of your opponents. So red zone offense sucked last night. That must get better. Defense, real quickly, they forced 4 turnovers. It was amazing, honestly, that they kept the team in the game for the most part. Those 2 plays where they got back-to-back turnovers, a fumble and an interception, that was insane. That was kind of a turning point that really kept Dallas into the game. If not for that, Dallas might have got their asses blown out. Seriously, the Bucs were ready to turn it up right there on those possessions, ready to end Dallas's night. Defense stepped up in that regard, but the defense still needs a lot of work. Check this stat out. The Cowboys have now lost 18 games in a row when the offense does not score 30 or more points. Yes, the Cowboys have lost 18 games in a row when the offense does not score 30 or more points. It would be nice to win a game when the defense holds the opponents under 30. Just saying. Would be nice to have the defense actually hold opponents to under 30 one time or a few times so the offense doesn't have to score so much. All right, another stat here. The Cowboys defense has allowed 38.2 points per game in Dak Prescott's last 5 starts. It's utterly ridiculous, man. I mean, we've had high hopes for the defense. We've had high hopes for Dan Quinn. Yeah, they had a lot of turnovers last night, but we still saw Anthony Brown getting his ass burned. We still saw Jordan Lewis a couple of times get burned. We still saw, we saw Michael Parsons look lost last night, but I'm not going to dog too hard on Michael Parsons. He played 51 snaps, the most out of any defender last night on the Cowboys. He did look lost in pass coverage, but those are learning mistakes. The rookie's going to learn. That was his knock coming out of college. That pass rush was going to be his weakness. All right, we saw it last night. Tom Brady, the GOAT, Tommy Seven Rings, had his head spinning around a couple of times. Tom Brady's going to do that to the best of linebackers. Micah Parsons, it was a baptism by fire last night against Tom Brady. He'll get better. I'm not really too worried about that. All right, Cowboys, check out this. They led the Bucs in the turnover battle, +3, first downs gained, third downs gained, and total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, penalty yards, and time of possession, and still lost. The Bucs only had an 8% chance of winning when losing the turnover margin by 3 points. That is since the merger. Insane. Insane that all those things can break the Cowboys' way, but they still lost. Overall, it was a tough loss because the game could have been won. It could have been won. It was right there for the taking for Dallas, but I'm glad that they showed up last night. I'm glad they didn't get blown out, and I'm glad that they opened some eyes around America. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be a very competitive team. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be a team that if you don't bring your A game, they're going to put up points on you. And, it just shows last night that they went into a hostile environment against the Super Bowl champions. They almost walked away with the win. They should have got a win. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe in moral victories. They should have got that win. You got to learn how to close teams out on the road. You got to learn how to step on some necks and take that W. So there we go. Hopefully the Cowboys get that addressed by the time they go to L.A. next week to face the Chargers. All right, that's it for my video. Like, sub, hit that bell. For more videos to come, I'm going to be talking Cowboys. I'm going to be talking Longhorns, Astros, Spurs, any other hot sports topics. Of course, catch my show down here in Corpus Christi on the radio. News Talk, KEYS, 1440 AM, 98.7 FM. You could catch me on the Sunday Sports Rush. You see the logo right there in the corner. There we go. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. 1440keys.com. Listen live on the internet or download the 1440 Keys mobile app and listen to us anywhere you want. So there we go. Another Sunday Sports Rush quick drop. All right, guys, I am out of here. Talk to you later.